Welcome to the Panthers Den, Camp El Savona's athletic podcast. Meet our athletes, learn about our athletic programs, and hear what it's like to bring hard work and teamwork to the field. Now, welcome Athletic Director, Mr. Loveless, to bring us the grit and glory and insight to high school athletics.
All right, everyone. Welcome to our next podcast. This is Mr. Loveless. I had missed you guys. I've been here, but thank you to Mr. Anderson for filling in. We have a couple swimmers here, guests. We have Olivia Hellriegel and we have Liberty Evans. How are you two doing today?
Great.
Great. Is it because it's a Friday?
Yes.
Or is it because you're on a podcast and you're excited for it? Definitely the excitement. If you can see their faces right now, you see they're so excited. So, swim season, right? That's what we're here for?
Yep.
So, how'd it go? How'd it go for you in particular, Liberty?
I think it went pretty well for me. I qualified this year for sectionals.
That's awesome. First time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
In an event that I never swam.
What was that event? I know what that event
100
is.
backstroke.
100 backstroke. Yeah, it was awesome. And survived the swim season too, right?
Yeah.
Livy, how about you? How'd your season go?
I don't know. I just showed up to practice. I didn't think about it.
You think about it, you're just there.
Yeah.
Just showed up there. So those who don't know, I am their coach as well, and Olivia filled an important role for us, which is anything I really needed her to swim, she swam for us. She took one for the team, did a lot of butterfly to fill that event to help the team get some points, so that was awesome. Because Liberty agrees, she figured the more that you swam it, the less that she would have to swim it, right, Lib?
Yep.
Yeah, no one's begging to swim butterfly. So, any obstacles this year? I know, Liberty, you had an obstacle this year.
Yeah. My hip. I've
Yeah.
been having some hip issues since soccer season. It was not as hard to swim with it, but it was still pretty difficult.
Definitely had your moments, right?
Yeah.
Would you say swimming would help loosen it up, or does it make it worse?
I think it helps loosen up more than soccer did, but yeah.
Soccer a little more impact, huh?
Yeah.
How about you, Olivia? Any obstacles, any difficulties this year overcame, other than having to do that butterfly for us?
I don't know. There's just a lot of fast kids compared to last year. Everybody's fast.
So what was last year? Tell listeners, why is it different this year?
Because last year the only fast kids were Alfred Almond, and we used to win a lot of races. And now it's just
Well, for our listeners, this was Olivia's first year at varsity,
yeah.
right? So that makes a difference. So she's she's 9th grade this year, so she's competing against a lot of 11th graders, 12th graders. So your time will come, Olivia. Your time will come. They'll all graduate out. You already fill a super important role. So I'm assuming you kind of enjoy swimming. You keep coming out every year. So what is it about competitive swimming that you like, Liberty? What's something that you like about it?
I like seeing everybody cheering for each other and all the sportsmanship that's happening while everybody's racing. Like, if someone's swimming by themselves, everyone is up and cheering and always cheering people on. Rarely people are sitting on the bench, just sitting there talking.
And that's not just our teammates, right?
Yeah.
That's even the opposition that's there.
Yep.
If someone's swimming, they're still cheering them on.
Yep.
Olivia, how about you? What's something that is special to you about swimming?
It's physical activity, so I'm not just sitting around all day. And I've been doing it since I was a kid, but then quarantine hit, and then when I went to high school, I was oh, there's swimming. My mom wanted me to be a 3-sport athlete, so she made me do swimming.
And now it's your favorite.
Yep.
So thank you to Mom. Thanks, Mom, if you're listening out there, for making her swim. Now she's mine for a few more years. All right, so who wants to tell our listeners describe a typical practice to them?
So we get there and we put in lanes. We all help put in lanes and get our materials that we need, like fins and pool buoys and kickboards. And then we start with a warm-up, then go on to drill set, and then head to our main set, which is the most difficult out of the whole practice.
Right. How would you compare a practice to a swim meet, Olivia? Which one's more difficult on the body, would you say? The swim meet or the practice?
Practice. Swim meet, you just have a couple events or 200 or 100. It's like basically nothing. You just have to basically sprint. So it's not as big of a deal in the body as like actual practice.
Right, a lot more yards in the practice, right?
Yeah.
So Liberty touched on it a little bit. So describe what like a swim meet sounds like. If you're someone that never been to a swim meet before, and you're going to go watch the meet for the first time, what would you tell that person it's going to sound like?
You just like watch people race.
It's very loud and like, well, not super loud, but loud for the swimmers to hear you cheering for them. And
Hopefully, you can hear everybody cheering when you're swimming. You
Yeah.
don't just hear like the of the water. Wow.
Especially during
because
flip
Coach
turns.
Haywood.
And
Coach
flip
Haywood's pretty
turns.
loud. Oh yeah,
flip turns. That's when you hear it the
Open
most. Yeah.
Get you off the wall faster, right? For
Yep.
Olivia's butterfly. Go! Get off the wall, Olivia, go!
Flip turns with butterfly.
No, open turns.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, everybody out there. We're talking swimming lingo right now. All right, so we're going to wrap up real quick. So what was a highlight of the season for you? I think I know what Liberty's going to say, but I'll ask her anyway. It's probably something she already said.
And qualifying for sectionals.
Qualifying for sectionals. So how was that trip to sectionals for you? Was it?
It was very nerve-wracking but exciting at the same time. I never got to experience something like that with a bunch of teams being there. And
In the facility, right?
Yeah,
We have a
in the
very nice pool
yeah.
here at Campbell Sedona, but we were at Webster Aquatic Center, and it's a pretty massive facility.
yeah, the facility was really big. There's warm-up pool and a competition pool that was also 8 lanes, just the same as the warm-up pool.
All right, Olivia. What's your main highlight of the season, would you say?
Swimming the 500. Even though I said I didn't like it, I did kind of like it. I just didn't want to have to swim it every meet.
Right? It's not that bad. And it's always the modified. Olivia, tell the modified swimmers that are listening out there that the 500 is not that scary. You'll be fine. You'll survive it.
Yeah, you just gotta, it's like you get to do it because, like, it'll become easier to do once you practice with varsity.
How'd it feel when you finished it? Were you, like, relieved, or was it more like pride that you finished it?
I was like, wow, like, that's actually a good time. I thought I was going to like 8 minutes or something.
Well, I think, if I remember correctly, I think you told Coach Haywood, like, wow, I probably could have went faster. That wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Next year. All right, so pretty successful season, I'd say. We finished second in our league.
Yep.
Right behind Alfred Allman. I think our record, we only lost 3 swim meets this year. Alfred Allman a couple times.
Mhm.
And then Avon at that tri meet. So very successful year. We finished 5th as sectionals. And anything you want to tell our listeners? You have their ears right now. If there's one thing you want them to know, what do you want them to know right now, Liberty?
They should do swim.
They should
because we need more swimmers for next year because
Yeah.
people are graduating.
do more swimmers. So, all right, they're here. They're recruiting. Hunt us down, or they'll hunt you down. All right, everybody, thanks again. We'll be back very soon. We're going to try to get some basketball on here. Hope you're listening and enjoying the podcast, and we will be talking to you soon. And remember, wake up in the morning, what can I do to better myself and to help others? All right, signing off. Thanks. Good job, ladies. We are done.
My hands are sweaty, sorry.
They're like really wet. Is there a bucket of water over there?
Sweating through my sweatshirt.
Woo.
Tune in to our next episode of The Panthers Den. Until then, go Panthers!